So a very good morning to all the students to be present there. Hope you are all fine at your places. Today we will discuss about the air blast circuit breaker. In my previous lectures, we were discussed about the circuit breaker. Under this, we have discussed about oil circuit breaker, and you were also seen that in case of circuit breaker, whenever the circuit breaker has to be operate, there is a arc struck between the circuit between the contacts of the circuit breaker, and you have to quench this arc within a minimum possible shortest time, so that the temperature inside the circuit breaker is to be maintained. But if you are failed to quench the arc within a minimum possible shortest time, what will happen? The temperature will increase, and when the temperature will increase, it will affect the system that we have to be protected, or itself the circuit breaker. Now we were discussed about the oil circuit breaker, and in case of oil circuit breaker, we were discussed that we can use oil as a quenching medium, because the oil that we are used in case of oil circuit breaker is basically a synthetic oil, or commonly known as transformer oil. And this oil has a capacity that it can be helped to quench the arc within a minimum possible shortest time. And moreover, the oil that we can use is having a very good high dielectric strength property, and for that thing, the arc will be quenched within a minimum possible shortest time. Moreover, the oil that we can use in case of oil circuit breaker is help to cool down the temperature, which is increased when the circuit breaker has to be operated. And also the circuit breaker oil is basically act as a insulator media. So based upon that thing, we are using the oil as a quenching media in a circuit breaker, and therefore you can say that that circuit breaker is basically called as your oil circuit breaker. Now, under that oil circuit breaker, you were also discussed there are different types of oil circuit breaker available. That is minimum oil circuit breaker, that is called as MOCB. We have bulk oil circuit breaker. So it all depends that amount of oil will be present and that thing. Okay. Now today we were discussed about air blast circuit breaker. Now, as the name suggests, air blast, that means here the air can be used as a dielectric media. Here the air can be used as a quenching media to quench the arc when the arc will generate when circuit breaker has to be operated. So that means when the system gets faulty, so a very heavy current flows through the circuit breaker. So when a heavy current flows through the circuit breaker, the electromagnetic coil or something called as your electromagnets get energized, and due to that energization of electromagnetic coil, your moving contacts are get separated from the fixed contact, and hence when it will be separated, an arc will be struck between these two contacts, and you have to quench this arc in a minimum possible shortest time. So the quenching media that we can use in case of air blast circuit breaker is basically an air. Now you can see in coming slides that how this air will help to quench the arc. Okay. Obviously, we have discussed that the arc is ultimately dependent upon arc resistance, and this arc resistance is directly proportional to the length of the arc and inversely proportional to the area of cross section. So if the arc resistance is high, your arc will get quenched in a shortest time. So you have to increase the arc, because if you increase the arc resistance, the current will reduce, and when current will reduce, the temperature is ultimately reduced. Okay. So I will also discuss with you people that the arc resistance can be increased by only two ways. Number one, with the increase in the length of arc, and number two, with the decrease in your area of cross section. So by adopting any of these two ways, you can reduce, or you can say that, sorry, you can increase the arc resistance, and when you increase the arc resistance, ultimately your current will reduce, and hence the temperature is also reduced. Now we were discussed about air blast circuit breaker, and in this you can see that in air blast circuit breaker, compressed air at a pressure of 10 to 30 kg per centimeter square is employed as a arc friction. That means in case of an air blast circuit breaker, what we have to do, we are basically compressed this air at a particular pressure, and that particular pressure is about 10 to 30 kg per centimeter cube. And this, you can say that compressed air will act as a quenching media to extinguish the arc. Air blast circuit breakers are suitable operating voltages of 132 kV or above. That means if you can say that all the generating stations or all the grid stations or all the substations, in that case, we can use this type of air blast circuit breaker, because in the generating station, grid station or a substation, your minimum working voltage is about 132 kV. So here that is why it can write down that in case of air blast circuit breaker, it can be employed where the operating voltage is 132 kV or above. So that means if the working voltage is less than 132 kV, that means this type of circuit breaker is we cannot use. Okay. They have also been used in 11 kV to 33 kV for a certain application. That means for shorter application for a lower voltage rating, we are also used this type of air circuit breaker. But now at a present scenario, we are basically use SF6 circuit breaker in grid stations or a substations, because the SF6 circuit breaker, that is called as a sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker, has more advantages as compared to oil circuit breaker, as compared to air blast circuit breaker. So that is why we are use a sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker in grid stations or a substations. Okay. Now we will also discuss in coming days that what do you mean by this SF6 circuit breaker, how does it operate, and here you can see that how it is more advantageous as compared to air blast, as compared to your oil circuit breaker. Vacuum circuit breaker are generally used in 11 kV to 33 kV. That means if you combine vacuum circuit breaker as well as sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker, so it can help us to obsolete the air blast circuit breaker. That is why in today's power system, in today's generating station, grid station, substation, we are not use an air blast circuit breaker, because if the working voltage is up to 33 kV, up to 66 kV, and if you have to protect our system against fault, and that system when operates at about 66 kV, we are use basically the vacuum circuit breaker. And if your system voltage is beyond 132 kV, and for that system, if you have to protect, we are basically using the sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker. So that is why when you combine the sulfur hexafluoride circuit breaker as well as your air blast circuit breaker, sorry, where vacuum circuit breaker, so we can obsolete your air blast circuit breaker. But in ancient time, or you can say that a few days back, we are basically using air blast circuit breaker. Okay, now the air blast circuit breaker has certain advantages. Before we discussing about the working principle of circuit breaker, how the circuit breaker can operate, we are basically there are certain advantages of air blast circuit breaker. Now, what are the various air blast circuit breaker advantages over the oil circuit breaker? Number one, it is a cheap, it is and free availability of the interrupting media, chemical stability, and interference of the air. A reason being, it is a very cheap, and it does not pollute the atmosphere, as well as you can say that it is a free availability to interrupt the arc within a minimum possible shortest time. So you can say that the cheapness as well as free availability is the key advantages of this air blast circuit breaker. High speed of operation, that is one of the most important criteria when you have to protect the system against any faulty conditions. The reason being, whenever there is a fault occur in the system, I will explain to you in I was explained to you in your previous videos that whenever the fault occur in the system, the duration of the fault, the magnitude of the fault, and the time of the fault doesn't know by anybody. So you have to protect the system as soon as the fault occur in the system. So for that thing, what you have to do, your operation mode, your you can say that protecting devices operation is very, very fast. It will be operate within a time of microseconds or a nanosecond, that when the fault will occur, your system gets isolated from the faulty fault. So that is why you can say that this air blast circuit breaker is a high speed of operation, whereas if you see on oil circuit breaker, the operation time is high as compared to this thing, because it will take certain time to operate the contacts of the moving and the fixed, and when arc which be quenching and arc will generate between these two contacts. So it will take some time to quench the arc, to move the contacts. So compare, if you compare with oil circuit breaker with air blast circuit breaker, your air blast circuit breaker has a high speed of operation. Number three will be elimination of the fire hazards. The reason being, here we can use air as a quenching media, and we all know that air has a very good dielectric property. So you can say that it will be help to elimination of the fire hazard. Short and consistent arcing time, and therefore less burning of contacts. The reason being, when the air when the arc is generated between the fixed contact and the moving contact, and we have to notice that we have to quench this arc within a minimum possible shortest time. So for quenching of this arc, we are basically using a blast of air. So when we use a blast of air, that means it will happen to less burning of the contacts, and hence we can say that the life of air circuit breaker, the life of air blast circuit breaker is very high as compared to the oil circuit breaker. Less maintenance is required, suitably for frequent operations, and facility of high speed enclosures. So these are certain advantages of just a minute here. So these are certain advantages of air blast circuit breaker. Due to this, we can use this air blast circuit breaker as a in our power system, to, you can say that, to protect the system against faulty conditions. But now we have certain disadvantages. So when we have to discuss any of the circuit breaker, every circuit breaker has its advantages as well as its disadvantages. No doubt, you can say that in case of air blast circuit breaker, your speed of operation is very, very high. Maintenance cost is very, very low. Frequent operations can be used. It is cleanness and free availability. It is cheap, but it has certain disadvantages. The number one disadvantage is that thing, as you discussed, that in case of air blast circuit breaker, what we require a compressed air. So compressed air of the pressure of 10 to 30 kg per centimeter square. So what we have to do, we have to compress this air. So for the compression of this air, we need extra equipment. We need extra equipment to compress that air. And for that thing, we are basically using an air compressor. So the question comes, whenever you have to install a circuit breaker, and that circuit breaker is basically air blast circuit breaker. So in order to quench the arc, you have to provide a blast of air. And this blast of air is nothing, it is basically compressed air whose pressure is about 10 to 30 kg per centimeter square. So for that thing, you have to require an air compressor. So that means with this, the cost is increased slightly. So this is the disadvantage, that air compressor plant has to be installed and it should be maintained. The reason being, if there is certain fault occur in the air compressor, the fault is not occur in circuit breaker. If the fault occur in the air compressor, that means your circuit breaker is not operate. And when that circuit breaker is not operate, simply you can say that, and at that particular condition, if the fault occur in the system, then your circuit breaker is neither operate, and when it is not operate, then the system is get affected. So what we have to do, we have to maintain the air compressor plant, so that the circuit breaker can operate in normal operating conditions. So this is one of the, you can say that, the disadvantage, that we are require air compressor or air compressor system, and due to which the cost is increased, and also for the we are required maintenance for this air compressor plant. Next will be, when we arc interruption, the air blast circuit breaker produced a high level noise when air is discharged to an open atmosphere. In residential areas, silencers need to be provided to reduce the noise level to an acceptable level. That means, from this point, you can clear that Whenever circuit breaker has to be operated, what we have to do, we have to just get a very high pressure air to be blown it out, so that the contacts, so that the arc which is generated between the two contacts is will be quenched. But now it is seen that whenever a blast is of air, it get passed through these two contacts, it will produce a lot of noise. And we have to use certain noise silencers to reduce the noise. So that means, due to this air blast circuit breaker, the second most important disadvantage occur, that is called as the noise pollution. So you have to reduce this noise. That means, again, in order to reduce this noise, we are required external equipments. We are required one more equipment like silencers to reduce the level of the noise. And that means again the cost will increase, and hence you can say that it can pollute the atmosphere in the form of noise. So that is why you can say that this circuit breaker has a disadvantage, something related to the noise pollution. Yeah, it is not something related to the air pollution or a water pollution or any hazards to the environment, but yes, it will be, you can say that affects the noise pollution to a greater extent. Next will be, in some cases it will be seen that there is a problem in current chopping. Current chopping means we have to reduce the current level. So in some cases of the air blast, it will be seen that the problems of current chopping is occur. Now, how it is occur? That means I had already tell you that in order to pinch the arc, your arc resistance will be increased very high. And in order to increase the arc resistance, the length of the arc is to be increased, or the area of the cross section to be reduced. In that, if you adopt out of these two methods, your current will be reduced. So it can be seen that in case of air blast circuit breaker, there is a problem of current chopping occurs. And next will be the problem of restriking voltage. The problem of the restriking voltage means, after the circuit breaker can operate, you have to get the circuit breaker in normal condition. So there is a certain problems occur in the restriking voltage. Okay, so these two disadvantages, that is problem of the current chopping and a problem with the restriking voltage, is something related to the technical aspect. So you can reduce these values. But on the another hand, if you see another two disadvantages, like we have to install the air compressor and noise pollution, this cannot be, you can reduce. So you can reduce the current chopping value, you can increase the restriking voltage. So in how you can say that you can improve the circuit breaker. But again, you have a certain disadvantages of the circuit air blast circuit breakers occur. Okay, now we have air blast circuit breakers are generally classified into three main categories. Like you have oil circuit breaker are further classified as a minimum oil circuit breaker, bulk oil circuit breaker, and many more. So accordingly, the air blast circuit breaker can also classified into three types of circuit breakers. Number one will be axial blast type. Number two will be cross blast type, and number three will be radial blast type. Figure represent all these three types of circuit breaker. Now, what will happen in case of axial blast type? Air is blast directed along the arc path. That means, uh, according to the that means the path of the arc. In the same case, air is blast. So that is called as axial blast type. Cross blast type is air is blast is directed at a right angle to the arc path. Whatever the path of the arc, air is blast at a certain air is blast at a right angle. And number three will be radial blast type. In this case, air blast is directed radially. So you can see in this picture representation, and also by the name suggests, that is axial blast, cross blast, radial blast. So what we have only one circuit breaker, but how the blast of the air is to be thrown it out, how the blast of the air get impacted on the contacts of the circuit breaker, accordingly the circuit breaker can be classified. If the blast is in the same direction as in the direction of the arc, then it is called as your axial blast type. If the blast of the air is to be perpendicular to the path of the arc, then it is called as cross blast. And if the blast is directed radially, then it is called as the radial blast type. Okay, so you can see that we are classify the circuit breaker, air blast circuit breaker according to these three types. Okay, so you have axial blast circuit breaker, radial blast circuit breaker, and all that. So we will discuss this thing on our next lecture. Okay, so up till stage, if you have any doubt related to today's lecture, now you can ask me.
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है
हाँ जी बच्चे बोलिए.
सर, रीस्ट्राइकिंग वोल्टेज के बारे में और बताना सर थोड़ा,
I will discuss.
और चॉपिंग करंट के बारे में.
Yeah. Vinayak, just wait. We will discuss about these restriking voltage, the chopping current, and RRV voltage. See, these are the terms associated with the circuit breaker. So when we discuss all the circuit breakers, like we have in our syllabi or in our course, we have 4 types of circuit breaker. That is called as the minimum oil circuit breaker, air blast circuit breaker, SF6 circuit breaker, and vacuum circuit breaker. So once I can complete all these circuit breaker, after that we will discuss definitely about these terms. You just wait for some time. Okay.
सर आपने और बोला था ना कि ऑयल सर्किट ब्रेकर्स के बारे में पढ़ लेना, कोई क्वेश्चन होगा तो सर उसके बारे में एक मतलब डाउट है. इसमें लिखा है.
So this is all about for today's lecture. That is, what do you mean by this circuit breaker and all that? So what are the various types of circuit breaker? So in next class, we will discuss about the types of circuit breaker in detail. That is radial blast, axial blast, we will discuss in detail. Okay. Now it's the time for your attendance. I will share you the link in your chat box. So all the students are requested to please mark the attendance before leaving this platform. Okay. I will share the link shortly.